Good morning and welcome to A Sculpture for a Small Planet. This episode is entitled Exponential Growth. My last video on water was the rain collecting water cistern. It got me thinking about water and the water in particular that I drink. And this video I am exploring the water that I drink and the relationship to water with plastic. Gotta get the chicken some water too. Melt it a little bit, cool down that water, and warm up the ice water. It's coming, sweetie, it's coming. Ruby? Oh, he's thirsty in the morning. All right, everybody, drink up before it freezes. I'll be back. The relationship between plastic and water is insidious. If you haven't yet, check out the PBS Frontline documentary called Plastic Wars. And you'll see just how manipulative the fossil fuel industry was to get people to put all their faith and trust into single-use bottled water. If you didn't know where this came from and that you didn't know me,
this.
what if this came from the sculpture studio sink?
This. No, the sculpture studio, that comes from like some pipes that go through the thing. I'm pretty sure they're not it's not meant to be drank, because at the college they have drinking fountains that are like water that you should drink.
Is water from plastic safer? Is it worth the exponential growth of plastic in our environment? Worth it? I don't know. I'm going to have my water tested. I'm going to have the water tested at this high quality lab. They're going to test for all these things. Here and here for a total of $400 per test. Thanks to the R.F. Johnson Faculty Research Fund. One of the things that I learned from Plastic Wars is that recycling is just a big sham that they put in place to ease the consumer's mind. Way back in 2008, before I had a moral imperative to do things differently, I made this sculpture. It's called Exponential Growth. It's about how humans always want more. More drill bits, more toolboxes, more chainsaws, more garden hoses, more snow sleds, more firewood, but more plastic? Since its invention in the 50s, plastic has been on an exponential growth in our environment and in our system. It's so prevalent that students today can't even imagine a world without single-use plastic. Something else that's really hard to imagine is that sculpture was in a show in Beijing, China. It was shipped all the way there. It's going to be hard to make up that carbon footprint. The manufacturers of plastic realized that their product was so good, so durable, that they weren't going to be able to sell very much of it. So they came up with a brilliant strategy of selling more plastic, and that is to make it single-use, disposable, throw it away. And they realized that you could also do that with bottled water, and people would have a sense of security with that bottle of water, that crisp little crack that the cap makes when you untwist it. Some of the water that I drink is at the college, and it's New London water. Now, New London tests their water like every municipality. This is what it looks like. They say that their water is clean, but they're testing it right after they clean it. I want to know what the test is where I get it. I'm in my office, and right outside my office is this cute little water bubbler. And these things are reusable. You can see this thing is all scratched up. They just refill them. But it's plugged in. The guy that delivers these things seems like he hates his job. And, you know, is it necessary? I don't know. We're gonna test it and find out. They go through them all the time. This is a very popular spot. I used to drink from the cute little drinking fountain all the time, but it leaked for years and they couldn't get it fixed. So they took the button out that makes it go. So now that that thing doesn't work, I get my water from the sink in here. It's not quite as attractive as the bubbler upstairs or that cute little drinking fountain, but it's New London water. One more set of samples to collect up at the house, and then I'll bring them into the lab. Most of the water that I'd cook, drink, and bathe with comes from this well right here. But before I get the water tested, I'm gonna change this filter. That's good. All right, so now I'm gonna collect the samples. Whoa. Pretty concerned after seeing that filter. We got samples from the studio sink, the home well, and then also that water cooler right outside my office. I don't use it, but if the water in the studio's sink is dirty, yeah, I'm gonna drink that water out of that water cooler. And if the water in our house is dirty, I'm gonna have to filter it for one. And if I can't filter it, I'm gonna get clean water, because I can think of a whole lot better ways to take one for Team Human than to slowly poison yourself by drinking tainted water. All right, so this is pretty bad. We got the 3 tests back, and the house has chloroforms, which is bacteria in the well. And it says water unsafe to drink, which just about freaked my wife completely out. I had to shock the well and bleach it and try to get all that bacteria killed and see if we can have safe water again here at the house. Getting ready to get to work right now. Shock the well, and I am now going to get the water tested again and see if those chloroforms are all taken care of. Okay, so good news. I got the test results back from the house. First, what they do is they check for chlorine. It's been about 6 weeks since I bleached the well. And then they check for the chloroforms, the bacteria, and there was 0 on both. So the house water is good to go. The guy before me cut the well pipe down low for some reason, thought it looked better or something, flashed up in there. So I'm gonna dig that down around the pipe to kind of decrease the chances of the well getting tainted. This one here is the sink in the sculpture studio. I call it a teaching studio. And this one here is the water cooler. This is New London water, so it does have fluoride in it. Just about the same, 2019. 24, 25, calcium 7 to 8, magnesium 1 to 2. There's a little bit of copper detected in the New London water, but that's hardly anything. There's a little bit more zinc, maybe from the pipes, who knows. A limit of 5,000, a little teeny bit of barium in both of them. Again, very, very similar. When I started this project, I had no idea that the water that I was drinking the most at the house was the most dangerous. I also had no idea that the water in the nice little water bubbler that comes with the whole carbon footprint of the truck and all that stuff, virtually the same as the tap water of New London. So one thing that I'm going to be doing is trying to get rid of that water bubble. There's actually 2 of them on that floor, and have them replaced with a bottle filling drinking fountain. That's going to decrease the greenhouse gas emissions of all the folks that are using that building. Some things that you can do is you can use these laundry detergent pads instead of stuff that comes in plastic. You can also use bar soap instead of soap that comes in plastic this way. Check and see. A lot of times when you're buying a plastic bottle, it's 90+ % water. Is there some other way to get that product? Check your tap water, make sure it's safe. And if it is safe, then don't buy bottled water. Being a smart consumer is not going to solve these problems. But it does give you peace of mind in some strange way to know that you're not being tricked into thinking that the plastic that you're buying is going to be recycled. Thanks for watching, and good luck with all your greenhouse gas emission projects. And if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.